Hey everybody, welcome back to Aborigine Reptiles. Today we're pretty excited. We got our new rack for the knobtail geckos. This is a Sea Serpents V35 rack. We were going to do an unboxing, but honestly it was kind of not that great in terms of dramatic effect. And we got it all set up already for you guys, so we just wanted to show you what it looks like, the functions of it, give it a quick little review out of the box. First thing I will say, these things come fully assembled, which many of you may have known if you've looked at their site, with a flat shipping. That's a huge perk because it does save the time of building a PVC rack, which can be somewhat cumbersome depending on the rack system that you're working with. The downside, though, is it came packed in a ton of styrofoam packing peanuts. And I think the amount of time it took to clean up all the peanuts and vacuum and get it all put back together probably took us just as much time as it would have to put a rack together. So catch 22. Depends on what you're looking to do. If you don't mind cleaning up some peanuts, go for it. But if you don't mind putting a rack together, maybe look at a different company. The best part of this was the turnaround time. We all know in the pandemic right now that the turnaround time for a lot of these cage companies, whether it be racks, whether it be PVC cages, is taking, I've seen upwards of 10 to 12 weeks. These guys were actually built and sent to us within a month. So that was a pretty quick turnaround, about 4 to 5 weeks. So big shout out to Sea Serpents for that. They obviously have it together. They have the equipment and the products and the raw goods to put this together in a rather quick time. So that was huge. But here they are. We already set it up on the Herpstat 6. So we put the probes in. The nice thing about these, this is a V35. This is what we're going to be using for our knobtails. We'll be keeping about one pair in each one of these. If you can look back, if you want to come in a little closer and look back there, it's a nice recessed heat tape, which is huge. The current tubs and racks that we use didn't have the recess, and it was kind of a pain. I like having that little bit of an air gap in there, which is really nice. So really high quality manufacturing. If you look up on the top, this is the big part. This is where we put the probe. You can see just the little things like having the actual, I don't know if you can actually see it, but having the cord attached to the top just makes things much cleaner, much easier to work with. You're not worried about loose wires coming in and out, probes coming in and out. They give you a little piece of heat tape or aluminum tape to affix the probe to the heat tape so that you can accurately monitor it on your rheostat or herpstat or thermostat, whatever you use. You have to use a thermostat on these. I'll put that 100 times on their website and on the instructions. Make sure to do that. We got two units here, and there's dowels on the top and bottom of this one to hold it steady. It's a very solid unit for what it is. Looks like 1/2 inch PVC. Again, milled quality, really nice, fully assembled, which is huge. The back panels did come, they come not attached just for shipping purposes. We did have one that was cracked all the way on the bottom, broke, and another one up here that was cracked a little bit because there was a screw left on there. So I've heard great things about Chris in terms of his customer service. We're going to reach out, let him know, and I'm sure they'll take care of that. So I'm not concerned about that. And again, it's the back panel, so it's just more for an aesthetic. I don't see him. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut away here. I'm going to get these all set up for the knobtails, get them moved over, and then we're actually going to do a second video later on of taking our dwarf pythons and putting them over to where the knobtails were. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's get these guys set up and we'll go from there. All right, guys, as you can see, we're all done here. I got all of the knobtails into the new racks. Got a little hide on the cool side, a little hide on the hot side. This is for the males, and females have a little bit higher sand substrate. We're also using these saucers. I think they're 88 cents at any of your big box stores, the plastic ones. Just cut out the little side here, makes a perfect hide, gives them a lot of room to move around in. And also, since it's so low, doesn't take away any of the floor space. So they have absolutely a whole free range of the place. Plus I put a little humid hide, the humid hides that we use, I put on this side, on the cool end. And there's one of our girls back there just getting used to the new digs. So we will be, of course, monitoring the temperatures, making sure everything's in line, dialing it in over the next day or so. So we'll check back on these girls tonight. We just moved all their tags on their old, so these are all peeling off, so we're gonna have to get all new ones here and put up something new. I'd like to try some new labeling here, so we'll be trying that as well. But so far it looks great. I mean, we have all of the animals here split off and in their new homes. So yeah, Sea Serpents rack, so far so good, really smooth. Really love how easy and smooth these racks move in and out compared to the old racks that we had that we purchased a while back. Good air gap, just enough. So obviously keep the animals in, but allow for really good ventilation. So that's awesome. Pretty excited about that. No drilling holes in these beautiful Vision tubs. So yeah, that's a wrap so far. I'll keep monitoring it and seeing how the performance of the heat tape, but based on the construction, the reviews, and the other videos I've seen of these, I'm pretty confident that we'll be all set, and this is be a good quality rack. So very, very happy with the results so far, and of course we'll keep monitoring as we go, and hopefully the knobtails love their new homes. Oops, one last thing I forgot. Pretty excited, but if we open our incubator here, what will we see? First knobtail gecko eggs of the season. 2 vertebralis eggs there, laid a couple days ago. So it's kicking into gear and everything's starting to get going for spring. So very excited. Of course, we'll monitor these, and as they grow and hatch, you'll be the first to see them. So here's to breeding season 2021.